Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here with an episode I've been waiting a long time to get the chance to film, and that is a retrospective slash review slash looking back at my favorite games of all times. I'm like confused on which ones I like. I like this one the best, but spoiler alert. For now, just ignore this one. We're getting to get to this one in a little bit. But it's a game series by Level 5 called Dark Cloud. So, I was introduced to these games soon after I played Final Fantasy X, which was my first RPG. And I was really into RPGs, and I was asked my friend who I just met at the time also, you know, what are some good RPGs to play? And he said, Dark Cloud. Play Dark Cloud, please do it. So, as you see, went to the bargain bin or got the greatest hits version or whatever, player's choice. I don't know what they call them. Greatest hits, I think. Yep, greatest hits. So I got that and started playing. And what's really different about this is I went from an RPG where you kind of leveled up your abilities and whatever to this, you level up your weapons. It's kind of different, and your weapons can break, and you have to keep repairing them or make sure they're repaired. So that was kind of new to me. It's like being thrown in RPGs and now this, but I really liked that aspect of it. I think I just had never experienced, like, you know, I have to take care of these weapons, I have to do this. Like, it was really cool. So I really enjoyed this, and what kind of sets this game even more apart from all the other RPGs you might have played is that you actually repair in the dungeons, which are randomly generated, but they're the same, like, stuff happens at the certain parts in certain dungeons, but they're kind of procedurally generated. You find this stuff called Atla in the dungeons for this one, and you take those Atla, and it's like trees and houses or whatever. You come back to the main area from each area that you're in with the dungeon, and you build the town yourself. You make the town, so you can set it up however you basically want. And what happens is the villagers, when you place them down, villagers will start to show up, and depending on the buildings you set down and whatever, and they'll start to say, hey, I want like 3 trees behind my house. That's how they talk. Just kidding, they don't talk. No one talks in this game. So you do that, and if you get up 100%, you get like abilities, or you do special stuff, but you don't have to. But that's just really cool, and I definitely went through and made sure I had 100%, because that's what I did back then. I was really OCD about getting 100%. So it's really cool. The dungeons are, you know, it's an action RPG, so it's addicting. You just go up and hit and fight enemies and stuff, run around. Kind of aged. This was supposed to be a launch title for the PlayStation 2. It ended up not making that date and ended up coming out, I believe, a couple months later. It was like 2001, of May of 2001 or so. Love this game. Awesome. So what happened was I was walking around around the mall around 2001-ish. It was 2003-ish, 2002-ish. Now what happened was my friend, I knew he was huge into this, and I'm walking around the mall with my parents. I think I'm like maybe 11 at this time, 12 at this time, and I start to see advertisements at GameStop. I still remember seeing the advertisement for Dark Cloud 2 and going, whoa, like, that game is cool. Like, I played at the time, I'd play a little bit of it. They're making another one? Oh, shoot. So told my friend, and we were just so excited, and I ended up getting this very close to launch, and man, Dark Cloud 2 to this day is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, video games of all time. This game, I forgot to say, had great music. It had the gameplay that was different. This game did that and then some. I think it just stepped it up. This game added cell shading, which at the time hadn't been done. It hadn't been run into the ground, you know, too much. It was more of a new aspect. So that kind of just was really cool looking. And for how much, you know, older these systems were on PlayStation 2, it really popped. These colors popped and stuff looked great back then. You play as a character named Max. And there's voice acting in this one, and another character joins you named Monica. And it's very similar to Dark Cloud 1 in the gameplay that you take these weapons and they level up and gotta repair them, gotta make sure they're repaired and stuff. But this game makes sure you can level up everything. There is a mini game in Dark Cloud 2 where you're, I think it's called Sphida, and it's like golfing, whatever. That can level up. You get a certain thing later in the game. I don't want to maybe spoil it. You do go off, spoiler alert. Something else you get in the game is really cool too. That can level up. It's a separate entity thing, whatever. You can fish in this game, spoiler alert. I don't know if it's a spoiler alert, I just want you to play the game. But you can fish, that can level up, and like I just coming into the like RPG scene, this was my crack cocaine, and having everything be able to level up, I was like a kid in a candy store. Loved that aspect of it. Music wise, it uses this old-timey, like, if you've played the Professor Layton games, it's basically the same as this. It's like horn and like string instruments and stuff. It almost sounds like, I want to say like museum music, or like, I don't want to say elevator music, but it's just like very just old-timey, like almost, I don't know what you would call it. But no other video game really uses that as much, I thought, as Level 5 does in all their games. It sounds incredible. And I still whistle tunes to it, like, every now and then. It's just, it's very catchy tunes. I don't know, is tunes a funny word? I don't know. Catchy tunes in this game. So what has happened is there's a guy, I forgot his freaking name, it doesn't even say on the back of the box, but he's bad, and he's taken over. He's like going in between time and tearing stuff up. The story's not incredible in this, but it does its job. But they take, so the same gameplay mechanic of getting Atla and Giorama, or this was called Giorama. You get the Atla to build the Giorama. That's so confusing. Whatever. You get crap to build crap. That came over to this game. You're going in the dungeons. Again, they're randomly kind of generated in a way. You go through these dungeons, and it's an action RPG too. Love action RPGs. I think that's kind of set my precedent for, like, I love action RPGs. Keep me moving and hitting stuff. So not only do you do that, but there's something else that they added. You're building this stuff and putting these Atla, I don't know if it's called the same thing in this one, putting trees and crap everywhere. But then you can like go into this thing and it changes to the future, and you get to see how that results in the future, what your change did. Man, that's cool. Like, not only did it take that, it like, hey, let's see what it does for the future. And that is how you progress in the world, and that's how you progress further in the game, is you have to build certain stuff, and they give you hints, and they give you whatever to kind of figure this stuff out, how to progress in the game. I felt like this game was just packed to the brim with content, like I said, with the gameplay. Like, not only was that, building stuff in the future and making sure the future, they both are kind of like dependent on each other, and you travel between the two. You can like take pictures and stuff, and taking pictures of stuff, you can actually like synthesize and introduced. Well, I don't know if it introduced. I think there's a Dark Cloud 1 also, but you're synthesizing stuff to make more weapons or special weapons, and depending, you're leveling up your weapons again, and those you can choose which weapon to level up to when it builds up. Like, I want to upgrade it to this certain one. Addicted to this game. I think it just has perfect addicting gameplay, music, and to this day it stands as one of my favorite games of all time. So this last game that I had on here, you guys might have heard of it. It's got a little dusty on here, sorry about that. You can't see it, so who cares? Rogue Galaxy for PlayStation 2. Yo, that's not Dark Cloud, why you have it there? I'm gonna tell you. Rogue Galaxy was not part of the Dark Cloud series, but I got this game day freaking one. I remember pre-ordering it. It came out 2007. Got delayed. I think it came out 2005 originally in Japan. They took their longest. What happened with this game, and I was reading up on it before I, wanted to do this review retrospective. This game was supposed to kind of rival Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy, and Level 5 put a lot of money into this game. It looks gorgeous. Like, I know that, these graphics have aged from the PS2, but I'm sure if you still put this in, you can still see kind of the beauty in it, especially coming from Dark Cloud 2 to this. They really just smoothed it out, like the cell shading stuff. It looks awesome. I bet if I put this in and see it differently, I'm gonna feel like an idiot. But this game came out in 2007. It was pretty funny or weird because the 360 generation had started since then, so I was like going back to play this PS2. So not many people played it because of that, because they'd already moved on to getting a PS3 or, the 360 generation. But I picked it up day one and love this game. Like, it's very close to Dark Cloud 2. Dark Cloud 2, though, I played a lot more. But this game, you're basically a space pirate, and you go into like the galaxy, and it's like, oh shoot, you are a space pirate that's got to save the world. So that's kind of set up for this game. They kind of threw out the exploring the world kind of deal. You don't really do that anymore in Rogue Galaxy. But you do travel for a place. It's action RPG. I'm pretty sure the weapons level up. Don't quote me on that. But it's so addicting. I just love that fast-paced action RPG, addicting stuff. It looks great. Dungeons, again, randomly generated. Voice acting in this one. Story is a little bit better than Dark Cloud 2, I would say, from what I remember. And yeah, it's just a really addicting, great music. And I put this here. It's not Dark Cloud. It's not called Dark Cloud. The reason I put that here is because it's my Dark Cloud 3. It's my Dark Cloud 3 because they've never made a Dark Cloud 3. Level 5, we've been begging and begging and begging for years and have never gotten it. But I think it'll come someday. But Rogue Galaxy to me is my Dark Cloud 3 that I kind of hold on to, because it's just, it kind of continues the type of gameplay and feel of the Dark Cloud series. So if you haven't played any of these games, please check them out. What about the future of the series? Where's Dark Cloud 3? Well, the other day, recently, at the time of recording this, or at least, they re-trademarked, or I don't know what you would say, updated their trademark for Dark Chronicle, which was this game. So people are kind of getting anxious. Does that mean Dark Cloud... Sorry, I burped and that sounds stupid. Are we getting a Dark Cloud 3? Is that coming? And I don't know what that means. I think there's something might be in the making. If they even do an HD collection of these two, or give me an HD collection of this and throw it on the PSN, I'll be happy. I'll be so happy and thrilled. If they decide to make some type of sequel on the Vita or on the PS4 even, like, hey, make a Dark Cloud reboot or whatever, count me in. I think it's only a matter of time with Level 5 to do that, because I feel, and I've watched stuff, in all the interviews, people keep asking, where's Dark Cloud, where's Dark Cloud? And they keep saying, if enough people want it, we're going to make it. Enough of the people, like all the development team, they joined because of these two games. They joined on Level 5 because of these games. I think the demand is very high for the Dark Cloud series, and we'll see that return eventually. I don't know when that is. We've been waiting since 2003, so over a decade. But hey, give me an HD collection, like I said. It doesn't have to be Dark Cloud 3. I would love, love, love that. But check out Rogue Galaxy if you've never played that and you loved these games. That kind of might quench your thirst for that. I love all of the rest of Level 5's games, and I think I might do another series like on Professor Layton. Definitely, I love that series too. But for now, I just want to talk about the Dark Cloud series. So I hope you guys enjoyed. These are great games, great RPGs. Grab a PS2 Slim. Grab these two games. They're great. So thanks for watching, guys. See ya.